to Long Beach, San Francisco.
Alright, here we are at Common Market South End with Joey and Will. This is Mark Eifert with the Charlotte Beer Blog, and we have a special fall treat this evening. We're going to be drinking something from Epic. Joey's going to tell us a little bit about Epic in a second. We're going to be having the Fermentation Without Representation. It's an Imperial Pumpkin Porter, 8%. Actually doing a vertical. We've done one of these in the past with the Brooklyn Black Ops. It was fantastic. Loved it. We are not doing 3, we're doing 2. One from 2011. The next one's going to be from 2012.
Specifically, this one's 7.6.
A little bit lower. That one is 8.
The next, yes, this year's is 8.
All right, this year's 8. This one's 7.6. Take it away. Talk a little about Epic.
All right, like Mark said, tonight we're going to be drinking Fermentation Without Representation. It's a collaborative effort between Epic Brewing out of Salt Lake City and DC Braw out of Washington, D.C. This is our first collaborative effort together. Coming back for a second year, really excited to try 2 years in a row. A little bit about Epic. They're really known for their Exponential series. Very strong beers, Brainless on Peaches, Brainless on Cherries, Big Bad Baptist. And now we have
big beers for big mouths.
Of course.
Cheers.
Cheers, Jeff.
I mean, the first thing we always do, I mean, not black, I mean, dark brown, ruby brown. I mean, if you hold it up to the light, you can kind of see there's a little bit of red.
You get a little bit of a red hue.
Oh yeah, it's very nice.
Really nice. Pretty decent head.
Not much lacing on it.
No, I was just gonna
none
say,
at all.
don't get too much lacing. The head comes back after you swirl it around a little bit. You'll notice it's not quite fully. It's not like a stout tan. It's more just like an off-white kind of darker cream colored head. And smelling it, definitely doesn't smell like this year's.
No.
I still get a lot of spice off.
Yeah, I get a lot of the spice off the nose.
A little bit of nutmeg in there, cinnamon.
Cinnamon for sure.
It doesn't smell too sweet. You don't really smell like the pumpkin pie-ness to it as you would, which is some of the other ones.
Probably the porter that's melting that
Yeah.
part out on it. So let's give it a taste.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Fermentation, that representation.
Yummy. It's very
a little bit
sweet.
A little different than what I was actually expecting.
I'm telling you, I taste a lot of vanilla.
Yeah.
It did gain some vanilla, not as much kick on the fall spices like you'd almost expect.
Yeah, I would expect it to be subdued a little bit after a year.
A lot of the porter characteristics come through very nice.
Yeah.
Almost tastes marshmallow in there.
Yeah.
A little bit. It's really nice. I mean, that's a when I smelled
sweeter
this,
than I remember. That's
It tastes a lot sweeter than it smelled, and you definitely get the
few chocolate
the
notes in
pie-ness.
there.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Not as heavy on the roastedness.
a little caramel.
With a year old too,
Brown sugar.
about literally
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, this beer really mellowed out nicely, and I'd even have one for another year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would suggest if you've got more than one bottle of this year's, sit on it.
Yeah.
Because
For
this
sure.
was
It's
good.
fantastic.
It's going to get better.
This is a richer kind of a sweetness. Definitely the malt.
Definitely a beer I'd continue to buy throughout the seasons if I see it on the shelves year by year. So
Epic definitely has a way of doing something that Southern Tier does. They have a lot of really big beers that come across very drinkable. It's not, I mean, some big beers end up being super alcohol-y or just really, really big and heavy. This is very easy
you can
drinking.
sit back and relax and enjoy it. And if you're not so much into the sweet pumpkin beers or you want to get away from so much nutmeg, I think this is the beer for you. I mean, it's very, very smooth.
Cheers.
Come back for stage 2. Batch 5, batch 6. 6 years of pumpkin porter.
And we're back!
Joey, where were you?
We really are back. We are now getting ready to taste.
We had 5.
We've had
In
15
between
days.
these two, we had 5. My ode to Christian at the end of a Friday night.
Everyone's gonna get that reference.
Only one person needs to get that reference.
And Goose.
And his fiance.
Sorry, Jenny.
Sorry, Jenny.
I'm not sorry.
We're back. Volume 6. 8% alcohol.
8%.
No more than last time. It looks the same. So
7.6.
we don't know what that means.
8%. fresh batch.
Joey's never had this
batch.
beer before. This is the first time he ever had the 2012.
But it does have more lacing.
Does have more lacing. That's important.
Alrighty.
Yeah, well.
Let's get back at it.
Hey, this smells like beer.
Smells like beer. Smells like pumpkins.
Smells like pumpkins. A little more
I get the
spice than the
cinnamon.
last
Smells like
year.
it might be a pumpkin porter. Actually, the first one we had noticed had some of the mellowed out a little bit in terms of the spices, especially cinnamon. You mentioned nutmeg in the first one, but you kind of get a little bit more of all of that in the aroma when you kind of first take a whiff of it.
More lacing, a little bit more head retention on a fresh one.
But even shit, my lacing has pretty much fallen off by the end of it.
Let's give it a whirl.
Let's do it.
Cheers one more time.
One more time.
Bing.
Batch 6. Thank you, Epic.
That's 6.
I'd say it's almost thicker. Just the mouthfeel is a little heavier.
It's not as silky in the beginning.
A lot more pumpkin to it.
Yes.
A lot more pumpkin.
The spicing
Not
is-
even the cinnamon, not the nutmeg, but that's straight pumpkin.
Pumpkin's in the forefront. Definitely on the sweeter side. Still,
Oh, of course.
It's not it doesn't
Perfect
turn
dessert
to-
beer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice dessert.
If you like malty sweet,
chocolatey notes in there again, I think would stand out a little more.
I do too.
This time.
I would totally agree.
Whereas in the last batch, we talked about how the vanilla kind of blended in. I'd say this still has a chocolate forefront mixed in with it,
Yeah.
where it hasn't mellowed out yet to get the silky vanilla characteristics going.
Yeah.
I wish I could go back and remember exactly my first taste of that one now, because I want to know. I just don't remember how much that did mellow out from the original taste I had.
From
of
the
it.
original.
What did you
5
guys
years
like?
ago.
Fresher a year old so far.
I like it a year old, man.
I do too.
I mean, but the thing is, like, the batch
It's
number
got a
6.
bite to it, fresh. And there's
Yeah.
A little bit
But
crisper.
it's still, it's
Yeah.
still better. I mean, I still think this is better fresh right now than a lot of other pumpkin beers out
Oh,
there.
totally.
This is way up there in my list of pumpkin beers. But that being said, I would love to have it, fast forward a year and then have it again.
I think pumpkin beers as darks, like the Weyerbacher, the Hop and Frog, this, I think that works better than the lighter beers.
I agree.
Like, if people love pumpkin, really could let that one go by and not really worry about it. It's very sugary sweet, whereas these kind of round out the pumpkin flavor a little bit more.
Blend a lot of flavors together instead of just one forefront flavor. It's just pumpkin. So
And then the aftertaste, you get all the other malt characteristics, because there's still a little caramel in there too.
Yeah.
It's not very strong, but I just find there's more going on, and it's not just straight pumpkin and spice.
After it's been aged, the flavors tend to blend a little. I mean, it's much more of a smoother drinking experience, because you kind of you do, like, before we kept saying, like, there's that vanilla in the
blend/die out.
Yeah,
it becomes a lot
yeah,
more mellow.
that's fair.
I'd definitely be very happy to have either one of these over my Thanksgiving dinner this year.
Oh,
Yes.
It's gonna be good. I
Definitely.
plan on that. So
Little pumpkin pie too.
thank you for joining us again for
Right,
another
yeah.
vertical. Epic DC Bra Fermentation Without Representation.
Batches 5 and 6.
5 and 6. And they're
Can't
both
wait for
delicious.
7. 6. Cheers, everybody.
And thanks for putting up with Will.
Thanks for putting up with me, because I'm an obnoxious asshole.
He's the worst.